Hey guys, what's up? It's your friendly neighborhood UberGoose here, back again with another Gungeon video. I don't know who to play. Honestly, at this point, here's my ranking of Gungeoneers. Bullet, obviously the best, right? Nobody would disagree. If anybody does disagree, I mean, they're wrong. Second best would probably be Marine or Hunter. I think they're very, very close. Then third best, honestly, I would say Convict. And then the final would be a tie between Pilot and Robot. I think Pilot's trash. I know people are like, you know, in love with the Pilot and stuff like that. It's like, oh, the lockpick sometimes gets you stuff when you didn't actually have any way to get that stuff. And I get the logic, but his starting weapon is completely unbearable. I actually, like, every single time I play the Pilot, I'm like, oh right, this is awful. And I hate every moment of this. But we're playing as the Bullet. I'm feeling the Bullet right now. I'm feeling like a nice, easy win, you know? That's right, I'm calling him now. This is a one-run, boys. Also, I was... Well, for one, we were hanging out, the family today. Whole family. All four all four of us. I was trying to say, like, for a dem, but, like, I'm part of the dem, so that don't make sense. I really desperately hope I don't get hit, because I will say, one downside of the Bullet, which, he's still the best, but the downside is that if you get hit, Blasphemy goes from, like, S tier, as far as, like, relative power level, to absolute garbage. I mean, like, F tier. And I know F tier doesn't literally exist. So, getting hit makes Blasphemy go from, holy shit, how is this balanced? How is this thing in the fucking game? To, oh, this is terrible. Suddenly I understand. So we were hanging out today. Where was I gonna even go with that? I actually am trying to now... Yeah, I see you. I'm trying to actually, like, figure out where I was going with that today. Where was I going? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, that's right. Evo. Evo finals were on. Finals day for Super Smash Bros. Melee. So I was only, like, half watching it every now and then, but I did see the winner. And I gotta say, it looked convincing. I wasn't paying the closest attention. So if it wasn't convincing... My apologies. I am incorrect. Oh, I want mahogany, but I probably can't get it. If it wasn't actually, you know, one-sided as hell, my apologies. I was only half watching. But boy howdy, what a crazy tournament. Let's talk about non-final stuff real quick. I know some of you are like, who cares? Melee sucks. Fucking play a real fighting game like Tekken. Or, it's the like half joke, but like people kind of like it game where it was supposed to be a My Little Pony fighter, but like they couldn't get the licensing, so now it's just generic non-anthropomorphic animals, like anatomically relatively accurate animals fighting, whatever the fuck that is. The joke worked better in my head when I actually knew what the name of the thing was, and it didn't work as well now that, you know, I've kind of said. Anyway, so in Melee, here's what's crazy, and if this little tidbit, if this little bit of information is incorrect, my apologies. I got it off of Reddit, and everybody knows how, you know, correct Reddit is all the time, especially when it comes to understanding context, which I'm going to talk about, by the way. Oh my god, I had the funniest experience on Reddit over the weekend. It was incredible. I don't, like, it's the sort of experience where I'm like, how is Reddit free? This entertainment's incredible. And the best part is, I was involved in the entertainment. It's like medieval times, except better. Anyway, so Armada, one of the top players in Super Smash Bros. History, right? He was ranked 1 for, like, I don't know, fucking 5 years or something, right? Like, an immense amount of time to be rank 1 in a video game. Might not have been 5 years, but still. I mean, for me, I started watching Melee in, like, 2013. Blue or brown? I'm only opening one. Let's go blue. I'm feeling frisky. Camera? Okay. Let me... Oh, do I have anything to, like, wet this? Does camera do anything? No, I don't know. It doesn't look like it. But anyway, Armada. So when I started watching Smash Bros, I think I will buy a key. I am still gonna smash this though. I just started watching Smash Bros. It was kind of like Armada already was #1-ish. I don't know if he was literally #1, but everybody was like, yo, this Armada guy is fucking nuts. And I was like, hell yeah, brother. Well, maybe I should actually open this chest. First of all, you're not a mimic, right? You wouldn't do that to me? No, of course not. Okay, great. got a few guns. Got 3 guns so far. None of them super great. A couple of them decent. Camera's good for clear, but that's about it. So anyway, Armada. Been ranked 1 for a while. Definitely been like one of the most dangerous players, most relevant players to the game for basically the entire time that I've been watching Smash Bros. And here's what's insane. He has not lost a set. Not a game, a set. He's lost games, but he has not lost a set to a player outside of, you know, rank 6, like the top 6 as far as the like yearly rankings, or I don't know, twice a year ranking, whatever the fucking rankings are. Okay, point is there's rankings, all right, and they're based on a mix of results and the committee or whatever. He's not beat a player outside of rank 6 or better, or he has not lost to a player outside of rank 6 or better in 8 years. The last time that he lost to a player who was not ranked 6 or better was 8 fucking years ago. And Evo actually fucked that up. It actually is incredible. He ended up losing a set to Swedish Delight, who's a very good player, has been for a hot ass minute, but got a severe summit level up, which basically there's this phenomena, and this is mostly true of Melee is my understanding. I mean, I don't really pay attention to other summits except for Dota Summit, obviously. Ooh, that's an interesting thing to be sold. I don't want it. It's interesting. But yeah, so like with Melee, it's like you go to the summit and you're getting a level up, right? Like you're gonna be better at the game because you went to the summit. And the reason for that is Summit just gets all the Melee players who, you know, get invited or voted for into the same fucking house, and it's basically like a week of people just playing friendlies and then tournament stuff, right? Or an extended weekend is probably more accurate to describe it. But there's this summit level up, and the thing is, Swedish Delight didn't actually get invited or voted in, but he was at the summit. I don't remember exactly why. I think he just, I don't know, probably asked, and they were like, sure. Either way, he was at the last summit, and I think it's safe to assume he got a bit of a level up from it, and I mean, he fucking beat Armada, which is insane. Broke an 8-year fucking streak. And to be fair, you know, being like, making the bar to cross at rank 6 is like somewhat arbitrary, but given the current point in time, given the current way that Melee currently, you know, is set up basically in the upper echelon of players, top 6 is a good cutoff, a very good cutoff, because it's safe to say that basically anybody in the top 6 could take games off of, or even sets off of anybody else in the top 6. Fairly easily, I mean fairly consistently. So it's probably fair to make that line there now. I don't know, maybe not as fair in the past. You know, maybe 6 years ago, saying top 6 was a little bit ridiculous, but you get the idea. Anyway, lots of weird shit happened at the Evo. It was the tournament of upsets. Crazy shit happened. Also, Armada and Mewtwo King had to play for like 17th or something like that, which was heartbreaking for your boy Jason. But I mean, like, whatever. He's lost a lot in the past. He's probably used to it at this point. Anyway, Evo is hype as shit. So here, let me talk about, I got a story for you guys. A Reddit story. This one's hilarious. And it got even better today. So here's a Reddit story. First of all, in case you don't know much about me, I like to just fiend Reddit. It's not even like, I don't even really like Reddit. Oh, fuck me. God damn it. Where does that put me? Okay. I should have just regular blanked, honestly. I'm just not fucked with it. I think I will still, honestly. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. So anyway, I fiend Reddit. I'm on it like, I don't know, fucking 24/7 basically. I also simultaneously, you know what? Yeah, it's just like us. Simultaneously love and hate it at the same time. It's a great website to just see people saying shit, right? If that's all you want just want words to exist. I know that there was a human behind those words most of the time. Then Reddit's a good spot. You know, it's a good place to be. So that's why I like it. But here's what happened, right? There was a Path of Exile thread where I don't remember even like the original post, to be completely honest. It was something about racing and like ignoring Quicksilver flasks, and then you know it was the meme with the girlfriend looking disgusted and the boyfriend looking at the ass of another girl. You know the one. And there was a Quicksilver flask and a scroll of wisdom, and if you don't play Path of Exile, don't worry, those words don't matter, I promise. So that was the original post, and then somebody was like, somebody said something about Siosa, which is an NPC that you can go to completely optionally. He's in this place called the library. And the NPC drops he sells rather, every single gem that you can potentially purchase. And gems are how you get skills, they're how you support skills to make them stronger, all of this sort of stuff. Gems are very important. And you can buy them from other players, and since 3.0, which was about a year ago at this point, they introduced a new NPC who also sold them all, except there's no optional quest required. Literally just continue to play through the story, you get to Act 6, and then you can buy every single gem in the game. Period. Right? Well, not literally every single gem. There's like 4 or something that you can't buy. But you can't buy those from Siosa either. AC 15, I don't like, but okay. Point is, somebody said something about Siosa. Somebody replied to that going, you know, fucking using Siosa when waifu Lily exists or whatever. Lily is the other NPC. And then somebody went, still have to do... You know, still have to help Siosa to get certain gems. And literally the word need was in there. I'm paraphrasing the rest, but the word need was 100% in the post, right? Like blasphemy, for example, is what he said. And I'm like, bitch, nah. Blasphemy is sold by Lily, right? And then the original dude I was responding to, he just like didn't respond at any point for like, I mean, hours. And everybody else in the thread, I mean, lots of other people in the thread. At the start, you know, people were upvoting because, duh, you can get blasphemy from Lily. She sells it. She sells literally everything Siosa sells, except you don't have to do the library quest. Everybody knows this. Apparently not everybody. So this guy clearly didn't know, right? And based on the context, it's very clear that he is implying that you literally cannot get it from Lily without helping Siosa. What he means specifically by that potentially is up for debate, but it's clear that he was very obvious in his statement. Yeah, we're gonna open. Well, I'm gonna open green first, and then think about opening blue. It was very obvious what he meant, right? Or what he, you know, thought. All right. Blue gun. Nah, I'm good. Thanks. Or at least I thought it was clear. Then people started replying right at the start. By the way, my comment obviously started getting upvoted, and his got downvoted very quickly, right in the first few minutes. And then some shift happened. There was some very bizarre shift that occurred at some point where people started responding to me going, he meant fucking early. Oh, I didn't know I could get Lily in Act 3, because Siosa is in Act 3. Lily, the earliest that you can deal with her is in Act 6. Yeah, whatever. Wait, oh, I found it. I'm actually got it. Let's go. And I'm like, dog, read what he said. Dude said, you need Siosa to get certain gems, like blasphemy. Those were his words. And then I started getting downvoted, and then I started arguing with people, as you do on Reddit. That's like the normal thing to do, duh. So I started arguing with people, and I'm like, no, it's fucking very obvious that the dude thinks you need Siosa to get blasphemy. Those were his fucking words. It's like, there's not much to interpret. Dude responded to somebody going, Lily is better than Siosa, and him saying you need Siosa for fucking blasphemy. And I'm like, nah. Right? It's like a very simple interaction, but apparently it's not that simple. Apparently there's a lot of illiterate people on Reddit or something. Color me shocked. And I started arguing with people like crazy, and people were like, you fucking dumb, take the L, which is my favorite meme. And then the best part was, after a few hours, the OP, the original guy I was responding to, I want this, but obviously I'm gonna have to save up for the key. The guy I was originally responding to finally responded again to the thread and replied to a dude who was so confident that the original intent was to say, no, it's about getting blasphemy in Act 3, idiot. And then he responds and goes, thanks for defending me. I did actually mean that, you know, you have to do library in order to get blasphemy from Lily. And then he's, you know, I even showed proof that duh is from Lily without library, because I don't do library anymore. And then the best part was, he was like, the proof showed that you've completed the library quest. And I'm like, no, the proof shows that I haven't even fucking entered library. But then the dude he just keeps, I don't know, it's hilarious, is basically what I'm trying to say, is that I was right literally the entire time. I felt like that, you know, the fucking meme of Hannibal Buress going, stop booing me, I'm right. Except, I was right. The whole time. Dude, and the best part was, even since that guy responded, proving that I knew what I was talking about and had the correct interpretation of the two interpretations, the dude fucking responded this morning and was like, dude, take the L. And I'm like, do you have eyeballs? What, like, at what point did I deserve to take the L? Is it the part where I was correct literally the entire time, and Reddit did its normal thing where they see a post that somebody makes that's greater than 8 lines and go, haha, thanks for writing this, and never even read it? Is that what it is? Because that's what happened, basically. There was literally a dude who was like, the guy who responded to me, and was wrong the whole fucking time, by the way. Literally everything he said about my post was just incorrect. Not even misinterpreted, just straight incorrect. And then people replied to him going, haha, this was a good read. And I'm like, did you read it? It's a good Reddit meme of people just seeing a fucking wall of text and just not even considering reading it. They just assume the dude who has the longer post and the more upvotes is correct. And they want to be like in on the joke, so they're just like, haha, well said. It's a fucking hot ass meme, dude. I love it. Reddit's great, dude. Again, I don't know how Reddit's fucking free. It's incredible. I would pay money for that kind of entertainment. I would. Don't think I wouldn't. Anyway, so that was my Reddit experience over the past day. It's fucking wonderful, dude. Holy shit. And I know, you know, me bringing it up, I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, sounds like you're really salty about it. I'm not salty. I mean, like, my tone should make it clear I'm not salty, for one, but people love to be like, you're salty, you're just pretending to not be. I'm not salty. It's hilarious. I like to revel in that sort of shit, really. So, how was your guys' week? Yo, I have more shit to talk about too. Like, what's insane is that my last Gungeon episode, I recorded, I don't know, Thursday, I think? And I'm recording this one on Sunday, day before it's going up. Actually, I'm gonna pop this real quick. A lot has happened. A very large amount of things have happened in my world in that amount of time. Which is weird, because it's not even that long, right? It's not even that large amount of time. But a whole bunch has happened. One of which, and I tweeted about it if you saw a tweet, right? But, or one of those multiple tweets, I guess. I started whittling. Felt like whittling. I was like, this seems cool. You know, this thing seems neat, right? So I started looking into it. You know, did the proper research, started watching some videos of people whittling. Saw this woman sharing my art. She has a few good tutorials. There's this guy Dug Outside, who, I mean, it's tutorialized. Okay, yeah, no. Oh god, it's tutorialized, but it's not like made necessarily. I can't believe I haven't been hit. Not necessarily made as a tutorial, more just like him sharing the things that he has whittled or carved or just generally made, basically. He's a cool dude. So I did some research and whittled my first thing, and it went fucking great. Also, it's incredibly cathartic. Oh my god, I cannot describe the catharsis that you feel when you spend like an hour to make one simple little dinky thing. You know, one tiny little, like, I mean, for me, I basically made like a chess pawn, right? That's effectively the thing I made. It took me like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Although I took breaks every now and then in there. Either way. Did that move? No, okay. God damn it. I have so many middle-of-the-road guns, it's unreal. But it's so cathartic, it feels awesome. And I do like, I mean, I'm not a very artistic person is the thing. However, I have this, like, weird itch where I need to, like, refine things, you know? That's actually pretty good. It has synergy with stuff. One of the few downsides with the bee things is that they don't really have synergy with each other, except honeycomb has synergy with literally all of them. Sunglasses are fine. So I'm glad to have picked up the honeycomb. But yeah, I have this, like, want to refine things, and I guess that's what, you know, made me actually enjoy speedrunning as much as I did before, you know, quit, basically. And that refinement is, like, exactly what whittling is, right? You can be artistic with wood carving. You can make a very original piece of work, but honestly, to me, I would say whittling is more or less just like, here's a thing that exists, attempt to carve that, right? Like, that's how I see it. And you can put your own style on it, obviously. Like, if you're doing a person, everybody who carves a person is going to carve a slightly different caricature. Also, never ever try and do, like, hyper-realistic, like, photorealistic detailing sort of stuff, especially when whittling. I mean, with more thorough carving, where you use a variety of tools, sure, you can probably go for photorealistic and get there. But if you're just whittling and you go for photorealistic, you're going to want to, like, die before the thing is even half done. You're going to be like, this is awful. This is a nightmare. I mean, unless you, like, spending 87 hours on the nose, you know? Maybe then it'd be fine. But either way. So that want for refinement is, like, that is the whittling is the perfect thing to scratch that itch, you know? I should pop this. I regret popping this. I don't, actually. This is fine. Dude, just... Enemies walk into pits now. Like, I don't know what happened, but with ag&d, some enemies now just fucking walk into pits. I kind of want to connect, but I think this might actually, yeah, be the connection. The other nice thing about whittling is, like, when I was working on the thing and I was like, ooh, that was a bad cut. It's like, cool. Now I get to try and figure out how to fit that cut in. You know, how to alter my initial idea to a new one that now accommodates the fact that I fucked up. I think that's cool. And, you know, if you fuck up real bad, it's just like, okay, cool. You can basically just throw the thing away, you know? Start over. If you want to make the same thing, or maybe just make something else. Whatever the case may be. Nice teleport. But it's cool. I might actually do some... I don't know. I was... That's interesting. Okay, so that's not how these connect. So maybe it does connect down through the bottom? I think it connects up through the top, but I'll go down through... No, it totally doesn't connect on this one. This is how you get in there. Yeah. But I might actually do some, like, whittling stuff on YouTube at some point. I mean, I don't want it yet, because I'm still trash. I made a fucking chess pawn, and it looked kind of bad. Definitely not to a point where I want to, like, make videos, but, like... The thing about videos for me is, like, I just want to share, you know? I want to share and help. That's my goal with videos. That's always been the thing I wanted to do with videos, is share and help. That's why a lot of my videos, and generally my most popular ones, are the ones where it's like a tutorial, right? Or something is tutorialized in some fashion. Definitely let you trigger finger. Like, those are easily my most popular videos. And they're also the most fun for me to make. Love them. Get in that pit. There we go. I don't know, it's fucking, oh, okay. That's nice. I will pop this. So, like, yeah, I mean, even though whittling is in video games, it's like, oh, if I can share people, maybe help people with something that, you know, maybe there's other people who are whittling who are also fucking new and, you know, I'm trying to figure it out just the same as me. Maybe just want to see somebody else doing things and fucking learn from that, you know? That is how I learn shit, by the way. Like 99% of the time, if I'm like, I did a thing, it's because I saw a video or something on TV that was the thing I attempted. I was like, that seems cool. Allow me to attempt to glean every individual tiny little piece of information that I possibly can from this like 5-minute YouTube video, you know? And then I dive like real fucking deep, you know? I go so deep in that pond. Why? That's now the second brown chest behind a locked door. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking go in there. Oh yeah, also, speaking of tutorial things that I might put out on my channel, I really want to do a resourceful rat video, because first of all, I mean, I'm killing the rat a lot, like very frequently, basically every run, you know? I mean, not literally every run, but like pretty close. And I know a lot of people are struggling with a lot of aspects of him. I want to help. And I think that I have a decent understanding of it, you know? Well, as it turns out, the old king is a piece of shit and I hate him. I'm still using blasphemy though. That's the danger, dude, of not using blasphemy on this fight, is there's so many fucking bullets. This is a blank. 100% that's a blank, dude. There's no doubt in my fucking mind that that was a blank. But there's so many bullets that it's like, if you don't destroy them, they're gonna fuck you up, you know? Like this. And there's obviously other ways to handle it, aside from strictly destroy, but... yeah, the AC-15 is still garbage, actually, as it turns out. I was not incorrect in the past about my assessment of the gun. I mean, I'll still use it every now and then. But like, it's like probably barely better than blasphemy on a damage per shot basis. It is better, I agree, but... excuse me, I didn't see the bullet that hit me, and it's upsetting. I know what set of bullets it was from. I just didn't see it, which is very frustrating. That always feels like the cheap way that you're being hit, you know, is like, I didn't see it, but at the same time, it's like, kind of a point. You know, that's kind of the point of some of these fights, like Bullet King, or Old King, rather, is like, yeah, there's so many fucking bullets that it overloads you that you can't see them all, and that's part of the challenge, you know? You gotta, like, you gotta be able to figure out where all the bullets are and where they're coming from and all this shit. Holy shit. Okay. Also, sound cues are very relevant on this fight, I will say. This is still, like, the hardest fight in the entire game, though, I will say. I'll keep saying. Apparently, I'm just saying things at this point. Holy fuck. Alright, I mean, I took, what, 3 hits, I think? That's not that bad. Obviously, way worse than I was hoping. But, hey, we got 2 health back out of the deal. Honestly, not that bad. Not the end of the world. Not super upset. Let's pop this. Alright, tight. You know what, let's go down here. Let's go down this one first, because we still have, like, a room to clear. I almost walked into that saw blade. So as far as things that I want to put up on this channel, aside from the Gungeon series as it currently stands, the main thing I'm thinking about is, oh hell yeah, a resourceful rat, like, tutorial. Ooh, a synergy. That's chest teleporter, but it synergizes with the... with that teleporter. So, it might be a little hard to have both. I don't have any blanks remaining. Okay, I think I'm... Am I gonna buy a blank? I think so. I mean, I don't need money anymore. I will also keep the chest teleporter over the teleporter prototype, mostly because I don't really... I don't know, I just... When I'm using the teleporter prototype, it's just like, yeah, I used it. You know, that's it. I should actually check if grenade launcher can break open the walls. So this is gonna be a gun, blue tier gun. What if I do this? I don't actually exactly know what this does. I know it teleports the thing, but I don't know if it... Does it do anything to the rarity? I feel like it might do something to the rarity. Also, I can totally afford 1 blank. That's awesome. If I have anything that can break through this wall, it's gotta be this. Alright, well, let's try a different method. Alright, it doesn't appear to. Little bomber would have worked. Let me try a slightly more shallow angle. Okay, totally doesn't work. So we're paying 28 for a random secret room. I think that's fine. Honestly, that seems okay. It's not ideal. Oh, right, it's duh. I mean, I guess, whatever. It's the real answer now. Not magic beans. For some reason, I fucking totally forgot. Also, that's quite nice. What does that increase the AC? I don't remember how much it is. Okay, it's a fifth. 20% increase. That's actually still good. I might want to munch some guns, actually. I have a whole bunch of, like, very middling guns. I'm gonna honestly munch grenade launcher. I used to actually really like grenade launcher. I've really just, I mean, I don't think it's good anymore. And I really don't want icebreaker. I'll never use it, so. And I know icebreaker's fine, it's good for clear, all that sort of shit. But that's a very good pickup relative to those other things that I just munched. So let's go. And I have no more blanks, so I'm not even gonna bother checking for other secret rooms. There could be another one. Very well could be. Alright, so where does this chest show up? I thought it would show up like here. Is that not where it shows up? Does it show up in the drop? I did it. Holy shit. Why did it seem predictable that time? Why did it seem like... Oh, do these stay on the ground? Because they're buggy? Because of the wall mass? Yeah, that's interesting. I'm wondering where the chests end up. Maybe at the end of the room, or end of the floor, like in the post-boss room. I don't know. I thought they ended up in an elevator room. Maybe it is post-boss. Yeah, my understanding of chest teleporter was that you would send it down one more chamber, and I could have sworn it ended up in an elevator room, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just incorrect. I'm not certain. Why don't you have a fucking teleporter in your fucking... I mean, I'm not going to be able to afford any of that. If I get real lucky, I guess I could. But as it currently stands, very incredibly unlikely to be able to afford any of those. Cheapest being in the 90s. Cheapest in the 90s, right? Also, is the initial D song literally just running in the 90s? Like, I'm trying to figure it out, right? And the reason I'm trying to figure it out is because I only know the initial D meme, right? I don't know anything. I know it's if there's an anime. I don't know if the anime is called Initial D. I don't know anything else about the anime except that there's cars involved and that the meme is Initial D. But, like, the song is running in the 90s is the thing. Right? I mean, is it not? I'm pretty sure it is. It sounds similar enough, at least in my brain. I haven't heard running in the 90s in probably 10 years. So I'm not certain. Please. But I could have sworn, the first time I heard the Initial D song, I was like, is this just running in the 90s? Is that literally just all it is? That was my very first thought. Oh, get bodied. I mean, it's not like literally the same, but like it's pretty much the same song, right? See, this is what I need you guys for. To educate me on memes, mostly. The trouble with being a gigantic fucking meme lord is that there's too many memes. You can't keep up. You just can't keep up. Also, I love this room. Can I just say that I love this room? Totally new with ag&d. It's one of these guys are like crazed Gungeoneers, right? They get lost in the Gungeon. I mean, they're basically what we play as, right? But they were lost in the Gungeon. And this room is literally just him, and there's fire everywhere. And then there's corpses of Bulletkin. That's a cool fucking room. It tells a story. It's awesome. And I like that. I like games that tell a story in an obscure and sometimes nonsensical fashion. Found the rat room. Found the rat room. I don't know what accent that was supposed to be. Definitely wasn't French, but I did have the French pronunciation of the R. So I don't really know where that came from. But hey, you know, whatever. Almost, you know what it might have been? It was like iDubbbz's make fun of people accent. At least similar-ish. Because his is like, it's like halfway between fucking like French and nondescript Eastern European. Oh fuck. I knew there was a dude somewhere in here. I didn't realize how small it really was. Way more nondescript Eastern European than French, but... Okay. So I feel like the chest teleporter is probably good with, like, fused up boxes. Ah! That's where it is. Alright. This will be my other gun, I think. Yeah. Ugh. No. 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 Stop. Cease! Dude, Treadnought's a bitch. You know, I honestly, I've reached the conclusion that Chamber 3 is the worst. As far as bosses are concerned, like, it doesn't have Ammoconda. Although, to be fair, Ammoconda's basically a Chamber 3 boss. But, like, on average, every single fucking Chamber 3 boss, I'm just like... you know, like, at least in Chamber 2, yes, Ammoconda exists. And it's awful. But, like, at the very least, in Chamber 2, there's also Gorgon. Gorgon's great! I love seeing Gorgon. You know, in Chamber 4, we got Wallmonger, the freest boss in the entire fucking game that people somehow have trouble with. I don't get it. Yeah, we'll swap to this bad boy. Alright, we did it. I actually did it. I actually flawless Dreadnought. Thank Christ. I was so upset. God damn it with the bad guns. God damn it. Fuck. Dude, give me a good gun, please. I beg of you. Honestly though, like, every chamber has at least one gun where I'm just like, or boss, where I'm just like, it's fucking fine. I got no qualms with this, except Chamber 3. To cover all the bosses, by the way. So Chamber 3 has Treadnought, as you just saw. It has Mind Flayer, who's relatively rare to be fair, but he does exist. Let's open the green first. I did pop that open. Let me double check. Yes, I always do now. Okay. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for the good gun. And we got Time Stopper with camera, I think. And let's open this. Chaff Grenade. Seems awful. What does it synergize with, though? Camera Shy? What does that do? I mean, what am I thinking about finding here? Okay, I'll pull open the wiki. Synergies. Excuse me? I typed in CAM and it was like, thunk! Camera has a chance to stun enemies. Seems mediocre at best. Alright, cool. Tight. Rad. Sweet. Alright, the question is, do I want to... Well, okay, yeah. And this will be a gun. Brown tier gun actually is pretty good. Well, it could have been. It's fine. Did I check all these walls? I think I did. We do have we have one blank that we can potentially toss out randomly. I will head this erection first. See if we can find it in our room over here. A little vendor room. Hello. Sure can. And we got our blank back. Got some ammo. I should have put that in Frost Giant, obviously. Doubt it's gonna fucking matter. Alright, well, I think we're done on the floor, because you don't have shit in the shop. And I got nothing else to do, so let's go. So, yeah, so Chamber 1. Bullet King, Trigger Twins, love them, right? Pretty easy. Gatling Gull sucks a little bit. But we got some decent, we got some easier bosses. Chamber 2, we got Gorgun, super free. Beholster, not as free, still pretty free. And then, of course, Amoconda, who's a goddamn nightmare. Chamber 3, they all suck. We got, again, Treadnought, Mind Flayer, who's relatively rare, and then Cannon Balrog. And Cannon Balrog, I used to be like, who cares? Cannon Balrog, whoop-de-fucking-do. Right, he's free. But see, the thing is, there's a distinct difference between a boss being free in the sense that, oh, you're going to kill it when you reach it, or a boss being free in the sense that when you reach it, you're going to perfect it. Those are two completely different things, right? And that's where the distinction lies. Because when I was worse at the game, yeah, I was like, Cannon Balrog's fucking easy. And the reason I said that is because I was just thinking about beating the boss, not perfecting the fucking boss. But now that I'm good, it's all about perfecting the fucking boss. Why would I ever decide that the camera's a good idea? I'm very lucky. I'm incredibly lucky. So I did notice there was a comment about the casings not actually reaching me when you, like, change rooms even. Like, it's not even just the trapdoors, it's just general changing room. Alright, so I was up right. So, like, kind of want to wait for him. Obviously, you don't want to wait too long. There's actually, you might not know, because I didn't fucking know. Excuse me? I'm mad. I didn't actually know at all for a hot minute, but there's a time limit. So, yeah, don't take too long here in this rat maze. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's true though. I don't know if that's true or if it's just people not reading their directions correctly and being like, oh, I must have taken too long. Like, I don't know where it originates from, because I haven't dealt with it a single time, even though I've taken it kind of slow a few times. So I don't know. I feel like there's just not actually a timer. It's just people being wrong. Alright, well, I probably should have been using Mega Hand, huh? That'd have been smart. Yeah, okay, we'll use Frost Giant Blasphemy. That seems fine. Alright, rat bitch. It's time to fucking die, bucko. I like that he pretty much always does this attack as his very first one. It's very nice. I don't like that he, like, rebuilds it even if there are no bullets there. Hate this attack. Thank God we have Blasphemy, though. Whoops. That was obviously just really bad. Dude, Blasphemy is such a fucking crutch for this fight, but it's so good. Blasphemy makes phase 1 so much easier. And even phase 2. I mean, like, just generally, Blasphemy is such a crutch. And I love every second of it, dude. Let's get him all chilly, dude. We could even just, yeah, roll into him. Okay. And now I've learned a little bit about where he actually exists. I had no idea before. Okay, we're just gonna blank that. I didn't like the way that those rockets were flying. That felt really uncomfortable. Oh, great. I early reloaded and it made me, look like a fucking idiot. Alright, let's use this. This is actually a pretty good gun for bossing. It's not super incredible, but, like, it's pretty dang good. Fuck. I'm mad. I rolled very slightly too late. That was really risky to roll when I did, but fuck it. It worked. What the f- I'm mad. I mean, look, it's me fucking up, right? There's nobody to blame but me. But that doesn't make me less mad, you know? Alright, let's hop in this circle. Alright. Not too bad. Obviously, I took 2 hits in... I took a total of 3 across all or both faces, so... it's not good. Right, have to dodge to... actually make him vulnerable. Ugh. I really want this super, dude. Fuck! Whatever. I don't care. Fuck the super. It's hard to do when he only does 1, you know? It's kind of unpredictable. I mean, it's not unpredictable, it's just you have less time to react effectively, you know? How do you even block? Do you have to actually block when you miss the timing? Can you not actually touch backwards? I could have... There we go. Not too bad. Ooh, bumbulets, let's go! I saw that shit. I think that was also ammo synthesizer, which is also pretty decent. I mean, it's... Dude, you can't actually do anything about it. I'm mad. You actually, like, if you miss the timing on cheese, you're just taking a small hit. Look, you can't do anything about it. It just hits you. I also don't know that timing, but I believe that is correctly the only way to actually stop it. Whoops. Whoops. Look, I'm really fucking up a lot. We might still be okay, but I am fucking up a lot. Close. Next one will do. Aw, we got Dragonfire and Bullet Idol? Are you kidding? Dude, we got a lot of high tier shit. That wasn't the cleanest fight. In fact, it was really not clean at all. It was anti-clean. But, like, we nailed it, so that's cool. Buff Bullets doesn't... Oh, that was Armor Synth, not Ammo Synth. Oh, I always fuck up the synthesizers. Like, I know that they look like the thing that they're a synthesizer for, but, like, for some reason, my brain doesn't understand that. I'm a little upset that Bumbulets doesn't actually synergize. Like, it should. All the other bee things. Here, I'm gonna even... Honeycomb. Honeycomb synergizes with Jar of Bees. Which makes it so Honeycomb sends out hornets instead of bees. Honeycomb synergizes with Beehive, as does Bumbulets, mind you. That doubles the size of the bees, increases their damage by 25%, and decreases the fire rate by a lesser percent. Apparently that's it. I could have sworn there were more. Like, where's more bees? There's got to be more bees, right? Hidden Tech Bees. Bumbulets, Jar of Bees, or Beehive with Table Tech Blanks, blank even, spawns bees when tables are flipped. And then Beehive and Gungeon Ant has an orbital beehive that spawns bees. That's actually fucking sick. That's cool. Alright, well, we're not transforming into the rat unless we get a mimic. I haven't had a mimic in a while, so basically what I'm trying to say is that if we assume that statistics don't work in the way that they actually do, then we actually have a pretty good chance of finding a mimic here. Alright, well. Do I want to fight the Advanced Dragon? I'm not really feeling it, so we're just going to pop open 3 boxes, hope for the sack with that. Sack, please? That's awesome. Very actually happy about this. The thing is, I don't actually like Elementaler because it, like, trivializes the game too much. And it kind of gets a little boring. But, this one's sick. I'm liking this run. Still sad that Bumbulets and Honeycomb don't actually synergize. I don't really understand, but okay. Like, they should, right? There we go, got him. They really should. I think, like, I think there could be more, like, basically silly synergies, right? Where basically, like, imagine you had shell plus another shotgun. You know, that could be a synergy. And it's just shotguns. Like, there doesn't have to be, like, you know, anything silly about the name. I mean, you could make a silly name. Just make it a silly-ass synergy. So, like, instead of shooting the shotguns that the shell shoots, make it shoot the shotgun that you fucking have. You know? And maybe, you know, maybe because it would theoretically synergize with, like, a whole bunch of different shotguns, you could mayhaps... You can mayhaps make it so you could swap it like you can swap the modes on Mega Hand. And by the way, before you're asking me to use time stop, here I'll use time stop just so you. Hello. There we go. This is what it does. Excuse me. How long does it take? There it is. That's what it does. Okay. Now you understand, and now you won't be like, hey, what does it do? It stops time. It's time stopper from fucking Mega Man. It's very simple. It's not very exciting. And it's also not very good. I would imagine if you're, like, not very good at the game, it can be decent. But I imagine once you get better at the game and just, like, know patterns and don't need to be like, what the fuck is this path? Like, how do I deal with all these enemies, right? Like, I feel like that's its optimal usage. Is in a situation where you have, like, a bunch of enemies and you have no idea how to handle them. And then, it, you know, it can become a crutch, basically. Like blasphemy. But I think for general use, it's basically worthless. It just takes longer to kill shit then. Right? Like, instead of just killing the shit, you have to charge up a Mega Hand, you gotta release the Mega Hand, then you gotta find the enemy and still kill it with the same fucking gun at the same rate as you would have done otherwise. You know? Unless the time stop itself actually does damage, which I believe it doesn't, but I'm not certain about that. Even if it does damage, it's not significant, and I don't care. Excuse me? I swapped weapons, and it was like, yeah, dog, I got you. And then it shot. It's not how swapping weapons is supposed to work at all. Oh, come on, please. Where are the good guns? Well, fuck guns. I found... Yeah, no, alright. Technically, I should have, you know, waited a bit, maybe seen the rest of the floor. It's possible that there could have been yet another vendor somewhere. Mayhaps a black market or a secret room vendor. Right? Technically, what I did was very dumb and short-sighted. However, I will say, what the fuck else am I gonna buy? Hello? It's Full Metal Jacket. It's bananas. Or it's bonanza. It's actually, like, insane, is the thing. Full Metal Jacket's so nuts, and the best part about it is that it basically, assuming you have blanks entering the boss fight, it nearly guarantees a perfect. I mean, for most bosses, I can... Oh, sweet, Wallmonger. I love that. Most bosses I can perfect most. I mean, I can perfect that every boss. I have. Oh, this is not Wallmonger. I was so certain. My mistake. This is still actually mostly okay. I think I've gotten over my crippling inability to fight kill pillars in a way that makes sense and actually ends up being good. I think I've more or less solved my troubles. Also, I am intentionally using the AC-15 here, despite trash-talking it earlier, because, again, its damage is fine. It's not exciting, but it's fine. It's bad for its fire rate. However, when it's upgraded, when you have armor, it pierces. Excuse me? Thank God we have Full Metal Jacket. It pierces. And I don't know if you know how this fight works, but piercing is pretty fucking good for this fight. Excuse me? Dude, I swear to God, my blasphemy just doesn't fucking actually fire sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna be careful, careful, careful. Alright, good. Didn't bug. Thunderclap. Might have a synergy, I guess. I'd say it's pretty unlikely, though. I mean, yeah, it doesn't with what I currently have. It's been a long day. It's been a lot of stuff going on today. I'm zonked out of my fucking brain. So I don't know if you guys get this. Here's the thing, right? I have pretty terrible anxiety, but I also am just a severe introvert. I feel like those two things go relatively hand in hand a decent amount of the time. More that people who are very anxious tend to be more introverted. And so, like, the way that it works for me is I love talking to people, right? I adore it, right? The problem is, one, initiating conversation is basically my worst nightmare. And it's not like, you know, I don't know, it's basically completely nonsensical, right? That anxiety is nonsensical, like most anxiety fucking is. One of these days, man. Bang, zoom. I'm gonna get a real gun, and it's gonna make this game way better. I would like... Antibodies is good. I mean, now Dark Marker is a good gun, so I would like to find a Dark Marker. I won't be buying a key, and I guess I'm gonna get out of here. One second, actually, 1 second. Alright. I'm not in the shop. Okay, where? I guess it could be in this shop. Yeah, we'll just blank in this shop. That's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. Sick. You're not a mimic, are you? No. Thank you. Thank you. Finally. I forgot I even had partially eaten cheese. I should probably have that one ready to go. You buy an armor? Yeah, whatever. I mean, we can't buy an armor. Whatever. Whatever. But yeah, so like the way it works, right, is initiating conversation is like a nightmare. But like once I'm in the conversation, I love it. However, then I reach a point where my brain basically can't fucking take it anymore, and it like starts giving me fight or flight signals, and I'm like, dog, I'm talking, you know, this is one of my friends. What are you doing, brain? And my brain's like, no, dude, get out! And that gets really tiring, so after a while of that happening, I get really fucking exhausted of conversating. It's really like, I don't know, it's very mentally draining. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, is that I spend like the whole day talking to my brother mostly. And it was great. I love talking to my brother. He's a cool dude. We have somewhat similar interests, except for the part where he doesn't really like video games anymore. Like, you know, we used to as kids. He likes some video games, just not many. Also, his taste in music is garbage, but don't tell him I said that. And by garbage, I mean, look, see, here's the thing. I don't genuinely mean it. It's like anybody can enjoy whatever fucking music they want. I don't care, you know? But at the same time, it's like whenever he's like, oh, it's this band I like, and then he plays the song, and it's, you know, he's describing it to me, and it's a bunch of like, it's like two 20-year-old dudes. One of them has never actually had, can't believe that word, you know, any sort of musical training, just completely self-taught, which is not an issue innately. But then the other dude has never done any vocal training at all and is the singer. But this is how he sings, is he sticks the microphone into his throat, and he gets up on stage in a mask with this microphone in his fucking throat. And then the way that he sings is basically just guttural noises that are then amplified because of the microphone that happens to be in his throat. And I'm like, yeah, so it's bad? But like, you know, I want to say that it's bad without being like, your taste in music is bad, right? I get that anybody can enjoy any kind of music, right? You know, some people like more experimental shit, and some people like random guttural noises from within a throat. You know, some people are different, and I respect that. But at the same time, it's like, it's bad. It's not good. So look, like I said, had a fun day and I enjoyed it, but now I am mentally so exhausted. And then I was like, but I don't have a video for tomorrow, so it's time to record. So here we are. There's the dragon. I might even, no, I'm not gonna get hit, right? No way. How would I get hit aside from that? Thank God I'm the bullet though. That it can't actually hurt me. My idea though was like maybe fight the dragon first to make sure that I have all 3 blanks for the dragon, assuming worst case scenario and everything goes to shit. And then I'll still be able to, I think this is Lead God, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. This is indeed a Lead God run at the current moment. Omega Bullets sounds fucking awesome. I'll never be able to afford it, but what if I do? That'd be sick. The reason it's awesome, by the way, is because it's actually better than Alpha Bullets, which makes sense, right? Because you can kind of abuse the idea of Alpha Bullets. If you don't know how either of them works, real brief, I'll describe it. Basically, each of them has a different effect where it amplifies the bullet, right? The bullet you're shooting. Alpha is first bullet of a magazine / clip. And then it would be magazine. I'm sorry. And then Omega Bullets is the last one. And so even if you have a gun that has like a clip of like, 100, sorry, a magazine of 100, you can still kind of utilize Alpha Bullets relatively well, right? Like shoot one shot, reload, shoot one shot, reload, repeat. Omega Bullets, you can't do that, right? You can abuse it with the rolling reload, but like that's 2 items. So they basically, what I'm trying to say is they justified the ability to make Omega Bullets way better than Alpha Bullets. And by way better, I mean like, I don't know, 50%-ish better. Alpha Bullets is, I think, 50% increased damage on the first shot of a clip, and I believe Omega is 80% on the last shot. And if I'm wrong about that, my apologies. I do have the wiki open, so I could look it up, but that would require me to do things. Either way, Sling is affected by both. Wait, there was only one Slidey Boy? Oh, right, they started, right. Thinking of something completely different somehow. So Sling gets affected by both Alpha and Omega, and Sling is my current potential boss killer. And by potential, I mean, it's my boss killer. That's what I will be using to kill bosses. So, making it even better with those things is great. Now, I will say, by the way, I don't exactly know how the DPS cap works on like a very specific mechanical level in this game. Like, I understand the concept, and I understand, it's flat numbers and kind of, not so great. But what I don't understand is how does it work with like single big shots? Now, I know that if you're doing over an amount of damage, I think 1,000, then it like... I was about to say, don't I have this? No, this is Matcha Brace. It looks similar to, well, vaguely similar to Chest Teleporter. Pick it up real quick. Oh, I can actually hold it. I mean, that'll make this even more of a mess, but fuck it. Okay. Alright, it's dragon time. So I don't know, like, if Sling... I'm gonna look these up, alright? These things that I've said, I'm gonna look them up. Sorry, I know some of you probably don't like this, but whatever. So it does double damage to bosses, which would be... No, 2.5 times damage to bosses, which would be 60. It does 25 base, does double if it bounces, and 2.5 times 25 is 60-ish, 62.5. Now what I'm curious is if I get that number above DPS cap, above like 70, would it be truncated to 70, or does it only care about the actual damage per second? Is it like, oh, if you've hit him with that within the past second, now we'll just stop your damage, basically. I don't know how that works functionally. Anyway, Alpha Bullets. Alpha Bullet is... No, Alpha... Is it the other way around? Is Alpha better? If so, I'm mad. Oh, okay. Alpha is 80%. Omega is 100%. So I was correct-ish. How much was it again? It was like, it was more than I have, right? 142 or 144? 144. That's the number. Super unlikely that I'll actually be able to afford it after the dragon, but that doesn't mean impossible. Unlikely doesn't equal impossible. Oh, you know what? Let's macho brace, boys. I think we're like way overcapping, especially with the galactic metal. I actually don't remember. I know galactic metal of honor does make bosses die quicker. I don't remember it because that's something I remember from like fucking forever ago or whatever. I don't remember if it makes them die quicker because it makes you deal more damage, reduces their life, makes you deal more damage against bosses specifically, whatever the case may be. I don't quite remember which one it was, but I do know that it'll make him die faster. I think either way, well no, I guess if it makes bosses have less HP, then it actually does make them die quicker regardless of DPS cap, right? Because like, if you're DPS capped on a 1000 HP dragon, or DPS capped on, right again, well, no, Sling's actually fine here. Should have macho braced. Yeah, I actually would have killed, fuck. But yeah, if it's like a 1000 HP dragon, which I know he has more than 1000, right? He must. Or your DPS capped on an 800 HP dragon, that's exactly the same, right? The DPS cap is still strictly based on the floor and not on the boss's current health. Which is why it's actually nice to get trigger twins on floor 1 with the hunter, because I believe the crossbow, if you shoot it at max rate, hello? Why did it seem like he stayed extra long stuck? Well, that was weird. Here, I'm out of my mind. Could be. I can afford hot lead, I guess, which is fine. I don't have a synergy with elephant gun, I think, so we'll take hot lead. I think that mega hand? Yeah. And let's get out of here. Actually, wait. There could be a second secret room. It would be in here! Alright, tight. Peace. Yeah, so basically my point is that if Galactic Medal of Honor does reduce boss health, then it actually makes them die faster, even if you're DPS capped. I don't like that it paused when it should have been in a loading screen, you fuck. I was searching up Galactic Medal of Honor. Yeah, it's 30% more damage to bosses, halves reload time, and halves shot spread. So it's very good. But that does not actually help with bosses basically at all. Oh, I didn't even realize that my Mega Hand was not full. I was, wow, that was close. Nearly certain it had full ammunition. Thank God I said nearly though, and not 100% certain. So that one's Atomic Fire. Have I even used this yet? Is it still shoots a charge shot. So it's the... Oh! This is the first time I've actually seen this. I could have sworn that I had all of the Mega Hand synergies already, but that is clearly false. I mean, I can just have it on an Atomic Fire without any risk of anything. In fact, it'll be better than having it on the regular one, right? Assuming that the charge shot is the same, which it looks it. Yeah, it totally is exactly the same. Killing the same amount of enemies, or the same enemies in the same amount of shots. Like, that guy's 1 and 1B. This guy's 1. That guy's 1. This guy's also 1. Sick. That ammo too. You know what? Let's just fucking munch these dudes. I shouldn't have run for that guy. He was shooting himself. Okay, cool. The room's over anyway, so who cares? But yeah, so like if I miss-shoot with the regular one, I'll actually get bodied as far as the damage is concerned. Like I'll lose a lot of damage. But if I miss and don't full charge on this, it'll actually be better than the default shot. So it's actually just strictly better to have it on this mode, which I appreciate. Why? The dude's about to die. Why would I ever roll into him in that situation? You get stuck in enemies. What the fuck? You get stuck in enemies if you roll into them as they die and they have like a weird explodey thing. Well, that armor will at least make up for the loss of a blank. Sorry, devils. Okay. I mean, so far so good, right? Like, this is going nice and easy. I do think that this is the way that connects up, but you know what? With armor synthesizer, I'm kind of down, you know? Down to just kind of connect it up. More or less full explore. Not literally full explore, but like pretty close. I mean, more armor is great, you know? It's more health on the Lich. I can say with 100% certainty, though, Lich is dying. I am not dying to the Lich on this one. And the reason I can be so confident is maybe due to the fact that I have, I don't know, 800 fucking health. Sorry, maybe it's because I have 1,000,000 health. The hot meme that Bax made, one of my viewers made, with the fucking "is this blah" whatever meme, the anime with the butterfly and yeah, you know the one. So he made it with that based on my Slay the Spire videos, and it was, you know, UberGoose, any number larger than 20, I think it was. Is this 1,000,000? So it's fairly accurate. That's like pretty much spot on, I'd say. Okay. I was like, is this room over? I see that bullet. I see that boleto. Is boleto actually Spanish for bullet? Because if it is, I don't know where I got it. I just started saying it. I didn't learn Spanish. Well, technically I did when I was like 8. And by that I mean I know what a baño is. I know a couple colors. And I know hola mi amo. This is about it. That's all I've retained from that. I've definitely retained way more French. But even that I haven't retained a whole lot. But hey, more is more, so. Dude, what the fuck? There was a clip that I saw, I'm clearing at this point. There's a clip I saw of Austin, Last Grey Wolf, where he got full armor. Literally his entire bar was filled. Kinda want that. Kind of want to do that, to be honest. It's not like very likely that it's going to happen at this point, but if we get one armor drop per room, we'll have it, I'm pretty sure. Now, obviously, that's very unlikely. We might not even have it if we did have a full one armor drop per room. I'm sorry, the dream is dead. Yeah, real talk though, bum bullets, outside of the fact that it makes the Gungers literally a nightmare, bum bullets is fucking tight. Sick as hell, dude. Eh, whatever, we're not gonna do it. Let's just fight the Lich. Like, you know, click. Well, we got Dragonfire and Sling, so this should be pretty dang good. So, as it turns out, I would like to humph these dudes. Again, really, like, see, the problem is I use, like, dude or boy or anything like that as, like, a catch-all for enemy. And the trouble is, it creates really questionable phrases. Like, I'm gonna humph this boy, for example. Not really good, you know? Not a thing that you'd want to say generally, but definitely, you know, not around some people with any sort of gentle sensibilities. You know what I mean? You don't want to get James Gunn. But like, also, what the come on, Disney. Did they? Has there been any progress made? Also, I'm not sure why, but the bullets were just like randomly being blocked. Has there been any progress getting James Gunn rehired? Because I know all of the Guardians cast signed a fucking big ol' like note basically that was like, "Yo, we like James Gunn. Please bring him back for Guardians 3." Thank you. I don't know if anything has come from that, but also I find it incredibly ironic that Disney, of all fucking things, are the ones who are like, yes, we don't like to associate with people who have made things that could be seen as offensive in the past. So, see, there's a couple things here, right? There's a little bit to unpack here. You know what? Fuck off. There's a few things to unpack here, is the thing. Among which is the fact that they created many movies that were incredibly fucking racist. Obviously, the classic one is Song of the South. Is the one that's always brought up. I don't know, have you guys actually, like, rewatched some classic Disney movies that people still talk about loving today? Recently? Oh, look, we got the armor in the fucking credits. Because it was from Armor Synthesizer on the Lich. That's hilarious. But have you guys watched like Peter Pan recently? I saw this on Reddit, by the way, in case you're curious where this is coming from. I didn't rewatch Peter Pan. I hate Disney. But in Peter Pan, there's like a whole 5-minute hullabaloo about what makes the red man red. And I'm uber elite gamer. Am I right, guys? And you know, as I was watching the thing, I was like, you know what? Okay, what makes the red man red? It was a different time. Right? Like, if that was the only thing that happened in it, if they just said, what makes the red man red, I'd be like, you know what, honestly, doesn't bother me much. But then it got, like, really stereotypical about, in case you're curious what they mean by red man, it's, of course, Native Americans. And it got really stereotypical with, like, that, and then also the saying how, and, like, the fucking pipe that apparently made one of the kids sick. I don't know, like, it got really stereotypical and it felt really, like, grimy as it went on. And that's just a movie people are like, oh, I love Peter Pan. Classic. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe to all the good shit, and I'll see you guys back for the next one, which will be tomorrow.